Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome to a bit of a bonus episode for Dreamfall chapters. I published the final episode on Friday, July the 8th, and I received a few comments saying that I might have missed a few things in the final room of the game. Story-based things. I thought I had clicked on most everything, but apparently there are even more interactions with each object than I was aware of. I was trying to avoid having a bunch of repeating dialogue that I would either have to cut out or do something with. But for those of you that like to see everything, I'm one of them, I figured I would make this. So just sit back, relax, and we're going to thoroughly explore the last room with Saga. Alright, I figure we'll start here at this door and just go clockwise, and we will do options, interactions on each object until the dialogue starts repeating.
Our bloodless king. He did not enjoy that throne, but he never complained. Not to me, at least. Even my endless teasing couldn't faze him.
I do wonder at the actual meaning behind the title Bloodless King. Does it mean that he tried not to wage war? We know that it doesn't mean that he didn't wage war because there were illusions that fighting was necessary to establish the peace, and then she said there would be an even bigger war 10 years down the road.
Oh, Kian, I miss you dearly. Not a day goes by when I don't think of you. He's been gone so long. I have a hard time recalling his voice and smile. I loved him with all my heart. I always will. Our bloodless king.
There's our first repeating.
He did not enjoy that throne, but he never complained.
Alright, so now we will use.
My dearest Kian, I miss our long conversations. I even miss how every single one of my jokes passed over your head.
Oh, Keon was a very literal-minded person.
My dearest Kian.
Alright, now for Liko.
Now there's a face I haven't seen in a long time. Liko stayed true to Kian until the end, though to be honest, I always thought they were going to end up killing each other.
Seemed that way at first, that's for sure.
Kian wouldn't have lived half as long without Liko by his side. That man must have saved Kian's life a dozen times, and he always claimed to regret it. Perhaps it was for the best that Liko didn't live to see reunification. I'm not sure the new world would have been to his liking.
Perhaps not.
Now, there's a face I haven't seen in a long time.
Okay, so that's everything for that one.
I'll leave that hanging where it is.
And that's probably all there is for this.
I'll leave
It
that
is.
hanging where it is.
Alright, on to the drawing.
Not bad for a 7-year-old with no idea of what was happening to her and why she was having such vivid dreams.
Okay.
Arcadia, Crow, the Rolling Man. The beginning of a long, long journey.
So there are quite a few things that I didn't hear.
That's her story, experienced with my own eyes. I still can't wrap my head round that one.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Alright.
I'll leave them up. After all, Papa isn't around to tell me to clean up and bring them to my room.
And again, that's probably it for the
I'll leave them
use.
up.
It is. Memento.
Brave Zoe. It couldn't have been easy getting caught up in events and wanting nothing more than a quiet, normal life.
No, but she handled it as well as anyone could have.
I believe her daughter is still alive in the continuity, along with her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Brave Zoe.
Okay.
From what I've heard, she lived a long and fulfilling life. And I know she passed the dream on, or all this wouldn't be.
That's very true.
From what I've heard, she lived a
Okay.
long and fulfilling life. And I know she passed the dream on, or all this wouldn't be.
Hello, Hugsy.
Hugsy. He's the only creature in this little world of ours older than me.
If a creature you can call him.
I used to think he spoke to me. And I do believe I was right about that. There's a spirit inside him, old and shy. I think Mama put him there to watch over me when she was traveling.
Oh, so she's saying there is a spirit attached to this stuffed animal. That is interesting. Anything else, Hugsy?
I'll have to make sure Hugsy is free to leave before my time comes. Hugsy.
Okay.
He's the only creature in this little world of ours older than me.
Interact?
Oh, dear old Hugsy. You're barely holding together.
Anything more?
Oh, dear old Hugsy. You're barely holding together.
Anything to say, pal?
What's that, Hugsy? You miss Papa? I miss him too, old buddy. I'll release you when the time comes. And you can float on the winds until you find another stuffed toy in another little girl's room. What's that, Hugsy?
Okay.
You miss Papa? I miss him too, old buddy. Now that my life's winding down, I feel like I'm just beginning to understand song lines. But at least here they are, charted and documented. Someone may benefit from my experiences.
Most likely they will.
Perhaps I'll take one final walk along a winding path and listen to the songs and stories. Perhaps when the spring between worlds thaws the frost on the turnstiles.
I really would love to see those turnstiles she's talked about so often.
There's one passing right through this room now. I think I've heard this song line before. It beckons me. But I have shortbread in the oven, and my guest will be here soon. Now that my life's winding down,
Okay, that's all for that.
I would so like to go, but not now, not today. I would so like to
Okay.
go.
So
but
it's looking like there's only
not
one
now. Not
use
today.
interaction with them, but I'm going to try several in any event just to make sure.
This was April's. I'm not sure how that's possible or how it ended up here, but
Seems to be the case.
I feel her presence in this. I mean, I always feel her presence. That's inevitable. But there is something about this talisman.
Isn't there, though?
The beginning and the end will connect. They always do.
As we have seen.
This was April's. I'm not sure how that's possible or how it ended up here, but
Use it.
so much energy. Her chi is in this.
Anything else?
So much energy. Her chi is in this.
In the picture?
It's hard sometimes to separate my own memories from what I've read and heard. April's journeys are vivid to me, but also dreamlike.
Isn't that how life is, though? The past seems as a dream.
I've spent so many years trying to make sense of our connection. I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
She's a part of me, and she always will be. But how and why? That's a mystery.
A mystery, I suppose, that we will have to be content to leave unsolved.
It's hard sometimes to separate my own memories from what I've read and heard. April's journeys are vivid to me, but also dreamlike. Someday, at the very end, maybe we will meet face to face before the cycle begins anew.
Seems that it's sooner than we anticipated.
Someday,
Okay.
at the very end, maybe we will meet face to face before the cycle begins anew.
Hello, Feather.
His feathers are a lot grayer these days, poor thing. He hates growing old even more than I do.
Don't we all, though?
Did I pluck it? He never sheds, or if he does, he hides it well.
Maybe it was in one of the little scrapes he often gets into.
My lucky feather from my best friend and faithful companion. His feathers are a lot grayer these days, poor thing. He hates growing old even more than I do. I'll leave it be.
Yeah.
I'll leave it be.
It's for the best.
Thank the worlds I learned to play the guitar, or I might never have discovered the song lines.
Perhaps.
When I play, I see ghosts of old songs in the air, guiding me to paths and new worlds. Papa was right about taking time to learn the guitar.
I wonder, though. It seems that your mother didn't play any instruments. From what you've said and what we can gather, she was a writer. So were song lines different for her? Were they storylines to her?
Thank the worlds I learned to play the guitar, or I might never have discovered the song lines. I'm too busy to call on the song lines tonight, but perhaps another day, when my legs don't hurt.
Perhaps.
I'm too busy to call on the song lines tonight, but perhaps another day, when my legs don't hurt. The twin worlds became one, and decades of strife and unrest followed. Many perished, but it had to be so. Magic and science could not be divided forever.
Then how did it end?
I haven't been back in decades. New Earth reminds me too much of friends long gone. But maybe I'll pay one last visit to those who remain.
That would probably be very nice.
Some call it Starcadia. But not me, for it's a silly name.
Kind of a mashup.
The twin worlds became one, and decades of strife and unrest followed.
Tell me about the war.
The complete history of the War of the Balance and the Reunification of Worlds, Volumes 1 to 13. I've yet to make it all the way through, I'm afraid. I helped Galath with the details while he was writing it. I was there to witness it all.
So you probably don't need to read it. Though, I guess an outside point of view may be useful.
At least Galath was able to complete it before he traveled on to the stars. It's an impressive achievement, that history. I really should read it one day. That's a tale for another occasion.
Yep.
That's a tale for another occasion.
Hello.
Worlds like that one are jarring. Everything just slightly off. It's like it was designed to keep me on edge, and I have such a hard time understanding post-physicals. She came to me when I was a child. She spoke to me, comforted me. I believe we'll meet again. And maybe then the mysteries will become clear to me.
Maybe.
The white dragon, April, me. Life's not a circle. It's a spiral. And there's an end to it, eventually. She came to me when I was a child. She spoke to me, comforted me.
Books.
The Secret Lives of Stickman. Paths, ways, and songlines. Time is a spiral. Reincarnation for beginners. The House of All Worlds. My one and only book. And it is truly one book only. The Secret Lives of Stickman. I'll sit down and read later with a good cup of tea from a floating teacup.
And what of this?
The people of Stark got a sneak peek of what reunification would be like with the collapse. For most, it was not a pleasant experience.
Well, it was quite jarring.
The people of Stark got a sneak peek of what reunification would be like with the collapse. For most, it was not a pleasant experience.
And I know for sure that we exhausted everything on this, but just for completeness' sake, let's go ahead and do it.
Still so many worlds unvisited, so many universes left to traverse, but time's running out for me.
Time runs out for us all, one day.
I've kept track of all my travels over the years. The multiverse is big, but I haven't done too badly. I don't think many have walked as far and as wide as me.
Probably not, Saga. Probably not.
People keep telling me I should put together an annotated map of the multiverse. But who has the time at my age?
Really,
There
though.
are more important things. Still so many worlds unvisited, so many universes left to traverse, but time's running out for me.
Touch.
There. Oh, yes, I remember that place. and that strapping Coruscant farm boy. It was an enjoyable 2 weeks, until his wife returned. Let's see. Oh, almost found myself in jail that time, accused of whatever passed for witchcraft in that backwoods place. Like poetry could possibly open gateways. You need music for that.
I don't know. That's how you do it, but again, I think your mother may have been different.
Was this where I found that godling and nursed him back to health? I believe he ended up wandering down songlines himself. He promised he'd stop by someday, but gods. Can't trust him. What's this one again? Oh, that place gave me a headache. There was something about the odd angles that messed with my mind. That and the trans-dimensional cephalopods.
And?
Wherever I put my finger, there'll be a memory. I could keep doing this for days.
And that's the end of that one.
I had to visit Letok. I couldn't just let that mystery be. But the paths didn't lead me to them, or to that time, and I found nothing. It was a beautiful place, though, and I left a memorial there for the two of them. I had to visit Letok. I couldn't just let that mystery be. But the paths didn't lead me to them, or to that time, and I found nothing.
What about your mother's typewriter?
Why did you never come back to me, Mama? Were you really not able to find your way? Or did something else happen? Did you forget about us?
I find it hard to believe that that would be the case.
I refused to believe she stayed away on purpose, and I never really believed she was dead. She might have been lost in time, like Papa always said. That would explain why she couldn't make it back.
Yep.
I've read her stories. They're beautiful. I've collected them all. Maybe I should try to get them published somewhere.
Sometime.
Why did you never come back to me, Mama? Were you really not able to find your way? Or did something else happen? Did you forget about us?
What about your father?
Oh, Papa. Trying to keep me here with wards and old magic. I must have been such a handful for him, and a royal pain in the ass.
But one he loved.
He left his glasses when he packed his rucksack and walked out the front door. Where he was going, he didn't need spectacles. At least I got to say goodbye to him.
That's something.
Oh, Papa. Trying to keep me here with wards and old magic. He left his glasses when he packed his rucksack and walked out the front door. Where he was going, he didn't need spectacles. They wouldn't do me much good. Those wards are long gone.
Very true.
They wouldn't do me much good. Those wards are long gone.
And there they are, as they were when we first saw them.
I like to think Papa found Mama in the end, and that they lived out their lives together somewhere green and beautiful.
Or at least together.
Papa never gave up hope, no matter how hard I tried to convince him otherwise. If anyone deserved a happy ending, it was him.
If only deserving something actually led to that something being.
I wish Mama had come back to me, just to say goodbye. For too many years, I was so angry with her for leaving. I miss you guys so much.
I know how you feel, Saga.
Perhaps I'll see you again someday soon.
If only.
I miss you guys so much.
Just a few things left.
One of my favorite worlds, vast and beautiful. It took me days to walk there, across treacherous song lines, avoiding discordants and bell strikers. I probably would never have gone unless I'd picked up those rumors about a Midgardian woman who suddenly appeared in the City of Three Moons. I thought,
Are we talking about Final Fantasy VII?
I was hoping I'd find her there, but the woman had left years before. I stayed a while. It was a wonderful place, but I grew bored, as I always do.
And this one?
I prefer my worlds three-dimensional, thank you very much.
Well, it looks like a cube.
I prefer my worlds three-dimensional, thank you very much.
Very well.
The dead walked in that world. They were exceedingly polite, but it still creeped me out no end.
I think I missed this last time completely. I don't think I was able to get an interactive icon to show up on the spear. So this is all completely new.
One day, I'll get rid of that accursed thing. It's stained with the blood of dragons, but it's too dangerous to simply discard.
Yeah.
The silver spear of Gariman, older than the twin worlds, forged in the fires of the first earth, created for one purpose, the destruction of magic. Some days I use it as a walking staff. If we do end up taking one last journey, it'll probably be because of this blasted stick.
Probably. And will you take it?
I don't much like holding it anymore. It's thick with the blood of dragons, and heavy with broken dreams.
Yeah. And this?
One of the Sylphan worlds. Beautiful and peaceful, as always. So naturally, I grew bored again.
We're getting close, friends, to the end.
One of my older works. I must have painted that when I was in my late teens. Come to think of it, that was an actual place. I visited there to get in touch with my ancestry. It was a strange and powerful experience.
Tell me more.
One of my older works. I must have painted that when I was in my late teens. I won't mess with this one, but I think I'd like to revisit this particular scene in a painting. Perhaps something that goes further back, to the beginning of the journey. Dragons and dreams.
Into the nightclub? Well, I think that these are all that's left.
Rose loved to tinker with her creations. Now, where did those dragonflies of hers go?
Who knows?
I haven't thought of Rose for nearly half a century. Where did she end up after reunification? She always spoke about going post-physical and being with her Alvin again. I would love to hear that story one day. Knowing Rose, she got what she wanted.
You know, and it just struck me, the voice acting throughout this game has been good, but this lady who is doing Saga's voice in her older years is especially good.
I'll make some tea to go with the shortbread later, after my guest has left.
Sounds good. And what about the comfy chair?
It's the comfy chair. I never could get rid of that old thing. I've traveled so many worlds, across so many ages, but I never found a chair quite as comfortable as this one.
Well, familiarity brings a certain comfort of its own.
It's the comfy chair.
And that's it, friends. For when I interact with this again, I think we'll see the ending once more. I think this is truly it for our journey through Dreamfall chapters. And it's been a hell of a ride. Until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.
Welcome, April Ryan.